Yes, I'm eating again. Okay, the last thing we did was we changed this code such that depending on the cipher type selected, this label would change. For the appropriate option. Now what we want to do is change the value in this text field if it's not appropriate for the selected cipher, which if it's changing, it won't be. Okay, so we know how to set text there, right here. This will set the text. So in the case of Caesar, we'll set it to 1. In case of Visioneer, we'll set it to Friends. But this is not going to be any good. And I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, so run it. Caesar encode, it's already set to 1. That's appropriate. Change it to Visioneer. Now it says keyword and friends 1. Why is friends 1? Okay, because we're not deleting. We need to delete. If we're going to insert, we need to, before we insert, we need to delete. But that's not a biggie. Okay, let's kill it. Run it again. Okay, as you can see, it's switching back and forth. But what if I put some text in? Caesar, offset 1 of 10. And then I decide that, no, I want to do Visioneer. So it gives me, corrects the label, says it wants keyword, defaults to friends, all that's fine. But if I switch back, excuse me, it says it's back to 1. And probably what I would really like to have is if I say it to 10, set it to 10, then I want it to stay at 10. I want 10 to be the default value until I change it. Because if I click this button, you see it changed it to 1 on me. That's because even though it's already set to Caesar, clicking it again will cause Caesar to be selected. So I'm going to get a change code. So this value, which is hard-coded as 1, is no good. And what I really need is to set some options. So before I do that, self.default offset equal 1. Current offset equal 1. Current keyword equal friends. And because of the way most of the stuff is strings, I'm gonna make that a string, even though really it's a number. So what I need to do, without being too clever, is first we'll just set it to we'll use these instead of the hard-coded values. I think we're going to run into some problems later. So the cipher change, we're going to insert the current offset, and we're going to insert the current keyword. So as the user is typing, we actually want to update these values. So we need to detect a change in the entry field, just like we're detecting change to the radio buttons. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause the video, go figure that out, and come right back. Let's just do a pause. Interesting. So it looks like the Kinter vars can be associated with a callback. The string vars have a trace method with some W option, and then you pass it a lambda, name, index mode, whatever. I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to try it. And I see the exact same code over here. String var, trace, W, lambda, name, index mode, SV equal SV, string var, what, var equal var, so that's this var equal var, SV equal SV, callback SV, so on and so forth. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this code and see if we can make it work here. So we need something like that. This needs to be our string var, which is the one that's for offset key entry field. So offset key entry field, trace, offset key entry field, this is confusing. So there's a callback. There's a callback, def callback. So we're calling this, I'm not going to call it callback. I'm going to call it text. I'm going to call it text changed. So we're going to put it above here. Okay, we'll try to put it right here. Def changed. So and then whatever we get passed in, okay, this is not using classes, so this may be a problem. String var, entry field. Okay, first we just want to see if this gets called. So we'll just print that out. So this can't be XSV, this has to be offset entry field. Okay. Good luck. Self. Line 67. So entry has no, oh, because it has, this has to be the var, the string var. So the one we're changing is, okay, great. Okay, we're not associating a string var with that text field. So we need to go back to the code. And when we create the entry field right here, we need to say text variable equals something. So we'll go here, entry field, and then we want to create a string var self dot offset key. Oops, boy. No, we don't want that. We want offset keyword entry var. And then when we create that, we want the text variable to be here. And then this is what we can do the trace on. I have a little confidence that this is going to work, but progress. Okay, now theoretically, when I type, I should get callback is not defined. Okay, so where do I do callback? Callback is not here. It's supposed to be offset entry changed. Okay, so when I type here, callback is not defined. I thought I didn't save it. Oops. Yeah. Okay, callback is not defined. Zeros. Offset label entry is not defined. Okay, we'll just keep on hacking at it. Okay, so this is being called when the text changes. Now, since we have this var, we can just print out this text. We gotta do that get crap again. Okay, so where's that get crap? Dot get. $10, $100. Friends. Perfect. Okay. That doesn't really help. That just gets us one step closer. So we'll pause that. We'll stop and start over again.